So we have this connection holding the neck and underneath the arm like this. Now my thumb is going to go inside his collar. From this grip, I know I have options to connect the knee on belly position. But now we're just going to grab the near side collar, just like this. That's all we're going to do. Okay, don't go, there's no need to go all the way deep. If I go all the way in, he knows I'm going to go for the collar choke. So I'm just going to stop right here. But as soon as I connect to the collar, my elbow is going to post onto his belly like this. And imagine I want to connect my elbow onto the belly button. So I drive a lot of weight here. What this does is when I press, it raises his head off the mat and gives me the opportunity to loop my arm around his neck. So I was here, connect thumb inside the collar, I go near side collar or lapel, and I stop right here. Now I drive my weight on my elbow, and now when his head is up, I loop around. See how I loop around? And I go here. The thumb stays inside the collar, 4 fingers on the outside. But now I'm gonna bring the weight of my elbow onto the mat, like a paper cutter. So as I drive down, I press, but I also keep pulling on the lapel like this. I connect, get the collar, drive a lot of weight here. I loop, the head is off the mat, I drive down, and now I just drive the weight of this elbow that's on top, I drive downwards. If his chin is up, it's gonna be on the Adam's apple, air choke. If his chin's turned sideways, which is most of the time they're gonna turn sideways from the resistance, it's gonna become more on the side of the neck, the blood choke, like this, because I'm also holding this side of his collar. This grip replaces when I do it like this. It's just that I need to be very firm to cut the circulation on this side. I pull this collar onto the neck. All I do is loop around, come back, and apply the weight. I'm gonna turn Chris sideways just a little bit because it's hard to see the angle sometimes when I'm on top. So I had this connection like this, one behind the neck, one right here. See, it gets very tight on the neck. And then you apply all the weight. The neck comes off the mat, you loop around, but you keep the thumb inside the collar and you go here, see? And then you start to apply the pressure. We're gonna start the same way we just did the last technique. Grip, thumb inside the collar behind the neck. But this time, and I wanna bring this to here, a lot of times, like as you saw, sometimes if the guy's moving, maybe brings his hand in the way, you know, maybe the collar's not even there, his gi's totally opened up, you don't have that access, okay? Maybe he knows, maybe the arm wasn't on top anymore and it was on this side, maybe it's underhooked like this, and he's even putting his hand on the grip, like gripping his own lapel, so there's no way I can grab it. Even if you did, sometimes he's gonna do something else, he's gonna post his head on the mat very firmly. Okay, so number one, we talked about, I can't grab this collar, maybe he's defending it, or even if I did, I know in my mind, once I have this, I can't loop around. You know you're not gonna be able to loop. Instead of insisting this choke, once again, we just work on connecting the techniques. So I'm gonna have my hand and just go 4 fingers inside the lapel, cross it over, thumb on the outside. So I imagine I'm touching my fingers together. So thumb on the palm like this. So this is what we call the baseball grip, holding a baseball. So from here, I'm gonna right across to this position. Once I have this connection on the gi, I make sure that I bring my top elbow downwards like this. Create a lot of tension. See, I don't want to stay here. I go down, but I also lean to this side. As I lean to this side, I'm gonna raise, weight is off the mat from my knees. I walk to north-south position, and the moment I get to the north-south, I bring my ear to his stomach. And the reason why I want to stay low while I do this technique is I don't want him pressing against me. If there's a lot of space, he's going to use his arms and push. So I can't get connected. If there's no connection, there's no pressure. If there's no pressure, there's no submission. This one goes here. I want to get maybe the first technique we just worked on, but his head is on the mat firmly. So I just go right across to here. Once I'm here, I close the elbow. See? Lots of tension. All the weight goes towards here now. And I move to this side. Once you get to the north-south position, the idea is you're gonna keep bringing your elbow down and pulling baseball grip style, but collar choke inverted. Sometimes we used to call this the samurai choke, like you're holding a samurai sword. Sideways, okay? I have the grip like this, but the difference now is we're gonna replicate, this guy had his hand like this underneath my stomach. Sometimes they wanna use that as a backdoor escape. Say, for example, I'm not cautious, and now I just stay here. He's gonna bridge drive and push up and turn to escape on this side. Okay, so it's not the best escape to do in the gi, but it still can function, right? So if I'm not aware of this, he can still get out. If I see that his arm is here on my waist underneath, I'm gonna trap it. So I'm just gonna go here. Now he can't do this escape anymore. Okay, so I'm neutralizing the escape, but I can use that to attack the neck just like the first technique. So when I feel that his arm is here, keep the collar just like we started, get the underhook on this side, and now where my hand is located, I'm gonna feed it to the opposite side hand. This one's gonna go 4 fingers inside and grip. Okay, palm up. Now I'm already here, I just go across. See, I don't show him what I'm gonna do. I just go right underneath and I snake my hand right inside, thumb inside the collar. Once I close the fist, I just firmly grip the collar, and now I drive this elbow down to the mat, and at the same time, this leg is gonna extend backwards. I'm gonna go 1 and 2. So the leg that you sprawl is the one that's choking. That's where you anchor yourself. Okay, don't sprawl the bottom leg. I keep this one connected to the knee. One way he could relieve tension on the paper cutter is kind of like turn in, because I'm pulling him towards me. He's gonna turn towards me and try to bring this knee in to recover the half or the full guard. If my knee stays connected to his hip bone, it makes it almost practically impossible to recover that guard. So once again, we're here, grab the collar behind the neck, underhook, reach 4 fingers on the outside, come across, thumb on the inside here, pull, this is called the paper cutter. I go down, sprawl, and